And we are live. Woo! Welcome to Blunt and Bossy episode 4. I am your host, Sarah McRae, hashtag the Solar Boss. And here is one of my good friends. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have Greg on with me. Greg Long, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Sarah. Thank you so much. It's exciting to be here with you. I'm so proud of what you're doing, just generating some activity and some getting people together just to talk about the issues of the day. Thank you for having me. It's wonderful.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah,
I would love for you just to kind of paint a picture of who Greg Long is. I could just go on and on about how amazing you are. He is one of my biggest cheerleaders. I love you so much, Greg.
Thank you so much. Well, I am not going to take too much of your time, but Greg is, I love people. I love life. I've been married for 35 years. I have 3 beautiful children, adult children, and 3 beautiful, adorable grandchildren who call me Poppy. I'm Poppy. And so, yes, that's one of my greatest titles of life is Poppy. And I just a regular guy, I tell people that I'm a squirrel looking for a nut, trying to figure this thing, life that we call life. I have a lot of experience with network marketing. I know you've been in that type of business before. And I'm here in South Dallas and just loving life. Yeah.
Awesome. So just to kind of let you guys know, Greg and I know each other through Power, which is a multi-level marketing solar company. And he and I just connected right away. He's got a wonderful soul. He's just always energetic, always has like some seriously amazing words of wisdom. Like I call them Gregorisms. I really love anytime you say something, it comes from your heart. It's always very powerful. And I'm just blessed to have you as a friend and for you to be here tonight. What I would really love is for you just to kind of let everyone know, okay, so you've been involved in MLMs for quite some time, correct?
Yeah, I have. It goes back all the way to 1983.
Okay. I was 1 year old, by the way.
Right. My wife and I was in Mississippi and couple and had a knock on a friend from church had contacted me, said, hey, can me and a buddy come over and see you one night? And I says, yeah, come on over. And so we sat at the dining room table. And if anybody knows MLM, network marketing, everybody knows Amway. Amway is the grandfather of all MLMs. And so Amway began, I began with Amway and MLM 30, 40 years ago, whatever it is. And I absolutely fell in love with the concept of how network marketing is structured. How it has, revolutionized commerce in a way that allows you and me, the common person, to be able to spend a few dollars up front to start a business and have the chance to change your life. You and I know, and many other that's maybe watching, know people who have got into network marketing and has made a tremendous life. And so it's that hope of being able to take yourself where you are now to no limits, wherever you want to go. And so that's what I love about it, is that structure. Yeah, it's exciting.
And I think we could both agree that whenever it comes to network marketing, multi-level marketing, one, there's a stigma behind it. And I think that's a lot because people don't really understand the concept of, how it is very, very similar to, actually better than, where you're working for someone and you have a boss. In this situation, you don't have a boss. Everyone has the opportunity to make the same amount of money, if not more. Like you can make more than your upline,
Oh, no doubt. Well, that's what makes a network marketing company legal is if, in fact, you're able to make more than your upline. Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the criteria of it being legal.
Yep. And I think what people don't understand too is, kind of it's a way for you to, what do they say? You or more, most like the 5 or 10 people that you hang around with most, right? So being involved in these companies give you the opportunity to find and put you in a position to be around people who have the same mindset as you.
That's right. And that's the camaraderie, the compatibility, what we've kind of tagged this little episode is finding your tribe.
Exactly.
Finding the people that you connect with. And it's not as easy as it sounds, because being nearly 60 years old, I can look back in my life and I could see segments or seasons of life where this group of people was in my life, this group of people was in my life, for good or bad, for positive or whatever. I can see how today, as we were talking earlier about how mobile society is, that beforehand, in generations past, you lived in one area, and your tribe was basically given to you based on where you lived, and you would live with those same people for your entire life. Now, not so much, because of the mobility of society. We have the opportunity to determine where we live, what we do, who we hang out with, and so the choices that we have are, or it's not as organic as it used to be. We have that control over those aspects of our life. Okay. And so, yeah.
So why do you think it's so important to find your tribe? I mean, what's the importance in finding your tribe?
Okay. Your tribe is your support system. Those who, I was going to share this later, but I'll do it now. I'm a born again Christian. I ascribe to the Bible, and, I follow Jesus, and Jesus had 3 separate groups of people. And it's an example of how life is. There's 3 separate people. There was the multitudes, right? The people that followed him around city to city, and they would listen, but they couldn't get close. It's like being in the nosebleed seats of a concert. You're there, but you're really not there. But when you squeeze the circle in, then Jesus had the 70, then the 12. He had 12 people that were he was really close to, the disciples. And then if you break it down even further and go in deeper, he had 3 people, Peter, James, and John. Those were his boys. Those were the tight-knit group where he trusted them. And so I use that as an analogy so that you and me and those who are watching take an inventory of your associates, your tribe, and look at the 3 people that you are most confident in, that you go to and you pour your heart into. Then there's the inner circle, the outer inner circle, and the intermediary. Those people are in and out of your life as you come across them. And then there's the outside that know you, but then again don't know you. And so those 3 people are extremely important, because those people, it's a give and take. You pour into their lives, they pour into your life, and what they say will direct your life. Let me give you an example. You never know in life what somebody's going to say to alter the direction of your life.
Okay.
After my wife and I got married, after graduating college, my brother lived in Oklahoma. I still forgive him for that. Right. we were sitting there watching the ball game Saturday afternoon, and I had just graduated college, and he was in the Air Force. And so he goes in and says, Greg, you're a graduate. You could go into the Air Force and become an officer. That statement, right? That statement changed the rest of my life, because I soon went back to Dallas, went to a recruiter, joined the Air Force, and within 3 months, my wife and I were in Okinawa, Japan.
Wow.
Okay?
Definitely.
Yeah, for 3 years. And so my brother Eddie was part of my tribe. You know, he's one of my confidants, and he spoke something, and he created something in me that altered my life. Okay. And so that's why it's so important to know who you are affiliating with on a intimate level, so that you never know what they're going to say or do to cause you to go in a certain direction, good or bad. You know, I don't, the outcome, you never know what the outcome is going to be, but yeah.
That's really crazy. I never really thought about how something so small like that, from someone who is in your inner circle that you love and trust, what their words mean. So yeah, it is, it's funny. It's one of those things when we're younger, our parents were always like, you are who you hang out with. And it's like, it's like probably the only thing that parents really teach nowadays that they still say that is actually true, like, yes.
Right. And another thing about that is before you're able to determine who to have in your life, it's so important to know who you are. Okay.
Yes, there's the gold right there.
There you go.
Exactly.
Right there. Now, and let me, one of the greatest gifts that I believe God has given us is the ability to know ourselves, to be self-aware, to know who we are. Okay. I'm nearly 60 years old, and I have 60 years of experience with Greg.
Yep.
But guess what?
And you're still learning.
That's right. I'm still learning about who I am. It goes far beyond my likes and dislikes. And, I tell people, I counsel a lot of young kids when I was doing Ubering, and I love Uber. I used to drive Uber.
Oh, I can imagine you would be a great. I bet you guys amazing.
Oh, I have had so many wonderful experiences. I could talk to you all night. But I used to tell these kids, that were coming out of high school or even college, about self-awareness, about who you are and what, it goes beyond, life is a buffet, right? You'll go and you'll take something and you'll eat it, and you say, oh, I don't like that. And I'll tell you, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. But then this right here, this prime beef, whatever. You have to, and those trial and errors, those things that you try and don't particularly, it doesn't work out, that person, that relationship, that that job, that if it doesn't work out, guess what? It's just a page in your story.
Yes.
It's just, don't be scared. Don't be afraid to turn the page. We have the freedom to, I heard someone the other day in training that says everything that we see has two creations. First, in our imagination, in our intellect, in our mind, and a dream is birthed, and then all of a sudden it gets conceived, and once it's conceived, it gets birthed, and then it's made material. This Galaxy phone was in someone's mind before it was created, and so we have, as human beings, we're taught that we are made in the image of God, right? Well, guess what? God, one of the attributes of God is creation. He's a creator. And so we have that same ability to create,
yes,
to make things happen. You created this podcast. from a thought, from a desire, and look at you. You're doing awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Well, I am very blessed that I have a tribe to support me in this. I'm so grateful. And that's another reason why, finding your tribe is so important. So that when you do step out and you do something that's challenging or going to be uncomfortable, you have those people that are willing to just kind of, check on you and push you a little bit and cheer you on. It means a lot. It really does. And sometimes finding your tribe can be like, I know with me, I enjoy working with people. I enjoy creating business opportunities with people. I enjoy, creating money with people. Like I would much rather make money with someone than by myself. If I could, and that's another thing when we go back to kind of the whole MLM, network marketing, is it does really give you the opportunity to, do it for yourself, see what's possible, and then help other people do it as well who have the same mindset. And that's what, I love my team with Power, because they are just, like today alone, I had like 3 or 4 people reach out to me and check on me just to see how I was doing. If I post anything negative, I love it.
That's right.
Sometimes I'll ignore y'all because my energy.
That's right. You're not the one, okay? You're not. Yeah. You're not in that circle, so no, not you.
Yeah,
not you.
I need you to step back a little bit. Well, Greg, I like you have always had so much knowledge, and
let me share.
Let me ask you this. Let's go a little bit back to what are some things that you've encountered along your way in the MLM industry that you kind of see? Was it maybe like some problems that you've seen in the MLM industry that made you realize that it was time to step back from that one and move on to something else?
Yeah. Again, it comes back to you. Okay. One of the great things about network marketing is it will expose you. It will. I believe life has, we have all this stuff inside us, in our minds and in our hearts. And life, there's 2 things that bring out that which is in, and that is circumstances and people. Okay. People and circumstances, events, cause you to respond. And when you respond, you discover what's inside you. Okay. And those events in MLM that we see, of calling your best friend, right? You're excited, you're having an opportunity, and you can envision, man, we're going to travel the world. We're going to do it big. We're going to make all this money. We're going to help so many people. We're going to send money to orphanages and go mission trips. We're going to do it all. And you call them. No, I don't know. I just don't think that's right. And that response from them will bring out what's inside you. We've heard it all before, is that it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond. And what, in essence, what is that response is the essence of who you are. It's your character. It's your resolve. It's who you are. If you want to know who you are, there's 3 things. Listen to what you say. Look at what you do.
Okay.
And see where your money goes.
Ooh.
What you spend your money on.
Okay.
What you say and what you do is an end. Look at your bank account and you see what you spent your money on, and that'll. Sarah McCray will be right there. Boom. That's who you are.
That's it. I have never heard that before, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm going through my head and I'm just like,
that's
okay,
right.
I wouldn't be too embarrassed. It's like all the related stuff that I've been buying,
Burger King,
Okay. There's
hamburger.
Way too much pea cherries in my mix lately. I will say that on cookies, but it's winter time.
So, but the pitfalls is this, and it goes back to tribalism, and that is trust. being intimate with someone, when I say intimate, you know what I'm saying is, being close, being becoming knowledgeable about oneself. Trust is a huge aspect of extending relationships.
Yes.
If you find that you cannot trust someone, hey, I'm going to be there at 7:30 tomorrow night at the meeting. I'll be there.
Yes.
You can count me in. And then you're there waiting and waiting and waiting. And that's an action that reveals or exposes character. And
that
so
they're a selfish motherfucker. That's what that's.
Oh, that's right. No, exactly. And so these cues that we pick up from people, that people saying that they're going to do something and they don't follow through, it creates that distrust. I can't count on you. Why should I? And we can be honest here. That's why marriages go up in smoke. Is because of my little dog here. Hold on. Knucklehead.
No, he's always welcome.
You have candy on the desk, and that's what she's after. And so no baby girl. Okay. And so, but that trust, you get to a point where you allow, you have to be watchful. Okay. Let's rewind a little bit. This is what I told the people, the young kids. I says, knowing yourself, we talk to ourselves all the time. Okay. And that's in a relationship. But what you have to do, Sarah, is this. You have to be conscious. You have to watch yourself. You have to pay attention to yourself. It's not a self-absorption, look at me. It's an awareness that says, okay, the cashier just gave me $5 over. What am I going to do? Am I going to say, oh, I could easily walk away and walk away, but am I going to take the $5 that I know she overpaid me, or am I going to say, oh, you gave me too much money? Yep. Okay, it's those types of things those are the things that bring character. Be self-aware of what you taste, what you say, what you do, and because we always talk about tribalism with respect to them relating to us.
Right?
Vice
versa as well, though.
There you go. How am I contributing to the greater good of my tribe? What am I contributing? What am I doing to promote someone else desiring to be a part of my life?
Yes.
You see? Yeah. And so those are the things that we look for to determine who we want in our life. Over the course of being in power, I have, I want to go through, I was in Amway 3 times. Okay.
3 times, really? Okay.
3 times, okay. And I was prospected. Get this. I was prospected by I used to work in a school district here in South Dallas, and we were doing registration. I was at an elementary school helping, getting kids, and I was just bebopping around, talking to people, hey, shaking hands, welcome. And this woman, talk about being aware. This woman looked at me, and she came up to me. She shook my hand, and she gave me a card. She says, "I want you to become a Mary Kay consultant."
I love it.
Yeah.
I can see you selling it. Oh my God, that is
funny. And so
Did you do it?
I'm getting a little red here now.
Did you do it?
I did. But I partnered with my wife, and she did, and we had a blast.
That's
for
awesome. I love
a
it.
season. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
There's plenty of men that do Mary Kay. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, that's just a story, and those are the types of, again, we are being watched by everybody.
Yes.
Whether it's on social media or in person. My grandkids are watching their poppy. I got to be careful to what I say and what I do. And we're conscious to kids, right? We're conscious to not say words that we shouldn't say in front of kids and do certain things but why are we not as sensitive to Sarah or Greg or our, why are we not conscious of, if I say this, I'm going to hurt them or I'm going to influence them in the wrong way?
Well, I will say, just for example, sometimes I voice my opinion, for example, on my Facebook about how certain things said to me, how it makes me feel.
Right.
And, how in business now, and I think it's a relationship over time can change things, but if I'm starting a business deal with someone and then they start calling me sweetie or honey, or any of those pet names, it automatically, makes me feel like, okay, that should not be used in a business setting,
It's a boundary. It's a boundary that should not be absolute. And we all have those same boundaries. You're exactly right. I used to, I don't know if this is getting off subject or not, but we're talking, right?
It's my podcast.
I could. I no longer post political posts because I know how I feel. I know what my stand is, but by me putting that mess out there, it's going to make half of my friends happy and half of my friends not so happy.
Right.
And so I just stopped. It was something that I just decided, hey,
I value my friendships too much. I value my friendships too much for something that shouldn't break us apart. And if we have different views on things, we have different views on things. I agree.
That's right. That's right.
I think a lot of people have kind of in the mix of, so again, off subject a little bit, but in the mix of social media, they've really kind of forgotten that, some of these people that they're throwing giant fuck yous up to, because that's what a lot of people are doing right now.
That's right.
Really, it's saying that I don't care who's seeing this or who's watching this, but if you don't agree with what I'm saying,
right.
I hope you die, is what some people say. And that could be, someone that you really truly love and care for that you didn't even know their opinion was this. Just things like that. Yes.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: in social media, because it's so easy to comment on the spur of the moment, have you seen or read a post that one of your friends, your inner circle friends, has posted something that shocked you or caused you to say, I would never have guessed that person would have said that or did it, And so this it's given us a freedom or a sense of freedom to say anything we want without any particular consequence. And I've lost friends. I really have. I've lost friends that have, because of what I may have said, or, this and that. And that's tribalism. That's
it is, and I guess to a certain degree, if what you are trying to accomplish is to weed out all of the people, then you're doing it right. So who's to say who's right or wrong? I think, but in general, a lot of people kind of forget that there is, I know it goes both ways. There really is a human on the other side of that screen. There really is, a person on the other side. And, it's, I think some people kind of lose that, but there's also the opposite too, there's so much that I think, you could also gain from social media and having access to everyone out there is, deep rooted relationships that are your inner circle, even though you've never met that person before.
I have a friend that I met back in the day, 21 years ago. In fact, to tomorrow, the next day, there was Yahoo had these game boards. You go on and cards, and I played a game called cribbage, and I met this lady. I don't know if it was before midnight or after midnight. going from 1999 to 2000. It was New Year's Eve going into New Year's.
Okay.
And we're still best friends.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've never met.
Uh-huh.
We send cards to each other. We've shared life together, and we've never met. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And she's extremely close to me, and we'll always be friends.
Yeah,
and,
that's really neat.
Yeah,
and
she
I'm
lives.
Sure, like there will be a time where y'all might even meet.
Oh
that's
yeah.
really awesome.
What are you doing up there? So yeah.
Okay. Well, you and I both know we could talk for
all night long.
Yes. Our last phone call that we were on, when I hung up, I looked and I think it was about an hour and a half. It was great.
That's right. Well,
I'm telling you. Words, is there something that you, on your way out the door, would just like to let anyone know about finding your tribe, MLM lifestyle, whatever it may be? What's your parting words for us, Greg?
It would be, you said it a couple seconds ago, do not be afraid to let people go. We are told don't quit, stay in the game, play hard, but sometimes, life, the way it is, how fluid it is, it's okay to let things go so that you cannot grab a hold of something that you don't. I got a story and I apologize.
Nope, do it.
One day after church, we went to McDonald's, came back, and my wife, my son was in a car seat, and he was chomping on an old French fry, and both hands he had French fries in his hands, and Mama had a fresh French fry, a big, old, nice, fresh one, and she was trying to give the French fry to her, but he would not let go of his old, nasty, cruddy old French fries, right? And it popped into her head that says, what are we holding on to that we have affection for, that God is telling us to release so that he can give us a bigger and fresher French fry. Isn't that beautiful? And
I'm so hungry for French fries right now.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
great. I love it, Greg. I love it so much.
I love you.
I love you. Thank you so much for being on tonight. Everyone, thank you for listening. And y'all have a great night.
Okay. Good night, y'all.